Should have clicked on the syllabus in Schoology. If you haven't, try to open that as you're listening and watching this video as well. You'll see me go through it. There's a lot of information here. Almost every day you'll need to come in, make sure you have something to write with. I have paper that you can use if you need. I would typically grab a calculator and then just make sure you put that back as well. We're going to be doing a lot of material that's covering the Algebra 2 stuff and also looking at some SAT review as well. Most of you will be taking the SAT or the PSATs this year. If you've already taken the SATs, then the material you practice is actually going to be a good review for just the math concepts in general for Algebra 2 and any math that you may have in a future course. Main thing here with class information, your tests, your quizzes, projects, portfolios. Portfolios is like a big project thing, and we'll get to that if we do those in this class. All of those things are worth 70%. So those are going to make up a lot of your grade. You will have opportunity to practice and prepare for those. The things that you do in class, like some of the classwork, any homework, mastery checks, any warm-up problems that I collect, some Khan Academy, Delta Math, that's all 30% of your grade. So that will still influence those small assignments that might not seem like a lot, will still actually have a lot of control on your grade as well. If you were to get 100% on every single test and every single quiz, but you didn't do any of the work in class, you would only end up with a 70% for that marking period. Okay, so a lot of the practice you're doing is actually helping you for the test and the quiz, so you really want to make sure you're doing those, making mistakes, correcting those. Late work. I will accept late work, but it has to be handed in before the unit test. So when we're in Unit 2, any late work for Unit 2 you can hand in until we take the test for that unit. Once that unit is done, I'm not going to accept any late work. The reason for that is your work that you're doing in that unit is supposed to help you and prepare you and teach you the information for that unit. Once you move on to a new unit, it's not as beneficial now to go back and do that late work. It's not helping you learn the stuff that you needed because you've already passed that unit. Marking period 1, 2, and semester exam. Marking period 1 and 2 is 40%. Your semester exam is 20%. That's been the same for the past couple years. When we get to the exam time, if you have questions on your grade or what your grade overall will be, you can come and talk to me about that. We went over tardies, 3 result in a detention. Check Schoology frequently. That's where everything for this course will be posted, and I will try to post a daily agenda or daily update. Mastery checks, that's what you're taking at the end of each lesson. You'll see where those are located in the next video. You need to score an 80% or above, so that I believe is a 3.5 out of 4. If you don't, then you need to go back and practice more, correct the mistakes. I will indicate on the mastery check on that little exit ticket what you need to do in order to get the grade up. If you fall behind on the timeline, I'm going to put a 0 in, but you can always change that 0 if you hand it in, as long as you hand it in within that unit. If you're using your time wisely in class, you will have plenty of time to review and practice for your test or your quiz. Most of the time I will give you a test or a quiz review, but it is not every single time. Test or quiz retakes, you get 1 retake a marking period. So I would use those wisely. I would suggest you use those on a test. If you're going to use a retake, you need to show that you have gone back and reviewed your notes and that you've done some more practice problems to fix whatever you didn't understand the first time you took the test. You're not allowed to use your cell phones. You will need to use your headphones, AirPods, earbuds, all of that stuff. Rules and responsibilities. We did a little bit of this as we talked about what it looks like to be part of a group, but a lot of it is taking ownership of your learning. So making sure you're invested in your learning, asking questions, you have your resources and the materials you need. You're talking to your classmates before you're approaching me. Remember that if you're going to ask me a question, I need to see that you've watched the videos. And the way that I know if you've watched the videos is if you've taken some notes and done a few practice problems. So I need to see those listed somewhere. You're being respectful, we're encouraging, we're paying attention, we're doing our work. If you need any help, you need to come and you need to talk to me or send me an email so we can set up a time with that. This class allows for a lot of opportunity for me to bounce around during the class and help you with those questions. Also use your classmates because they have a lot of support that they can give as well.